3 months ago, I trusted my gym trainer with my life. He helped me walk again, helped me rebuild my strength after a long illness. I thought he cared about my recovery, but one night, he asked me to stay late for a special training session. The gym was almost empty, and when I walked into the locker room, he followed me inside. Then I heard the lock click. That was the moment I realized something terrifying. The man who helped rebuild my strength was about to use it against me. The first thing I noticed when I walked into the gym was the sound. Not music, not voices. Weights. A slow metallic rhythm filled the air. Steel plates clinking together. Barbells settling into racks. Cables humming as machines reset themselves. It sounded almost mechanical, like the building itself was breathing. For a moment, I just stood there near the glass entrance doors, gripping the strap of my gym bag a little tighter than necessary. The place was beautiful. Sunlight poured through massive floor-to-ceiling windows, stretching across polished wooden floors and rows of pristine equipment that looked more like art than workout machines. The walls were lined with mirrors, reflecting movement everywhere. People running, lifting, stretching. Bodies in motion. Strong bodies. Bodies that looked nothing like mine. I swallowed slowly. 6 months ago, I could barely walk up a flight of stairs without stopping halfway to catch my breath. My illness had drained everything from me. Strength, energy, even confidence. Hospitals have a strange smell, a mix of disinfectant and quiet fear, and for months that smell had been my entire world. But today, the air smelled completely different. Rubber mats, clean towels, a faint hint of citrus disinfectant, and something else, effort. The warm, slightly metallic scent of sweat mixed with determination. It felt alive. I took a deep breath and stepped forward. My name is Joanne, and at 24 years old, I was starting my life again. A tall reception desk stood near the entrance, sleek and white like something out of a luxury hotel. A woman behind it looked up with a polite smile. "First time here?" she asked. I nodded. "Yeah, I signed up online yesterday." She typed something into her computer. "Joanne Carter? That's me." She handed me a small black keycard. "Welcome to Apex Fitness." Apex. Even the name sounded intimidating. I thanked her and walked deeper into the gym, trying not to look too obviously overwhelmed. Everywhere I looked, people seemed to know exactly what they were doing. A man deadlifting enormous plates without breaking a sweat. 2 women sprinting on treadmills like they were chasing something invisible. A trainer guiding a client through perfect squat form. Confidence moved through the room like electricity, and I felt like a fragile glass object in the middle of it. My doctor had recommended strength training after my recovery. "Start slowly," he had said. "Your body needs to relearn how to be strong." So here I was, relearning. I found an empty bench near the stretching area and sat down, trying to ignore the faint tremor in my hands. It wasn't fear exactly, more like unfamiliarity. For so long my body had felt like an enemy. Now I was supposed to trust it again. I bent forward to tie my sneakers when a shadow fell across the floor in front of me. "First day?" The voice was warm, calm, confident. I looked up. The man standing in front of me looked like he belonged in a fitness magazine. Tall, maybe 6 feet, broad shoulders, athletic but not exaggerated. His dark hair was neatly trimmed, and there was a relaxed kind of focus in his eyes. He wore a black trainer shirt with a small silver logo over the chest. "Mark." "Yeah," I said, standing up quickly. "Is it that obvious?" He smiled slightly. "Only because everyone has that look on their first day." "What look?" Like they just walked into a spaceship. I laughed before I could stop myself. "Okay, fair." He extended a hand. "Mark, I'm the head trainer here." His handshake was firm but not intimidating. "Joanne." "Nice to meet you, Joanne." For a moment, he studied me. Not in a rude way, but in the quiet, analytical way trainers sometimes look at people. "You new to fitness?" he asked. "Actually, I'm new to being healthy again." His expression softened. "Recovery?" I nodded. "Long illness." He didn't ask what it was. I appreciated that more than I expected. "Then you're in the right place," he said. Something about the way he said it felt reassuring. Not salesy, not rehearsed. Just certain. Mark gestured toward the main floor. "Most people jump straight into intense workouts," he continued. "But after a long recovery, the body needs a smarter approach." That's exactly what my doctor said. Your doctor is a wise person. We walked slowly through the gym while he pointed things out. The cardio section, free weights, mobility areas. As we moved, the sounds of the gym blended into a strange kind of music. Clink, whir, Thud, breathing, movement. It was chaotic, but somehow motivating. "So," Mark said casually, "have you worked with a trainer before?" "No. Would you be interested in one?" I hesitated. I hadn't planned on spending extra money, but he must have noticed my uncertainty. "I actually run something called a special recovery program," he said. "It's designed for people coming back from injuries or illness." I raised an eyebrow. "Sounds intense." "It's the opposite," he replied. "Slow, controlled rebuilding. Strength, stability, mobility. That sounds exactly like what I need." He nodded slightly. I thought it might. The program included 3 sessions a week, personalized training, progress tracking. Everything sounded structured and professional. And something inside me felt relieved. For months I had been guessing my way through recovery. Now someone actually knew what they were doing. "Okay," I said finally. "I'm in." Our first session started the next morning. At 9 a.m., the gym was quieter than usual. Soft music played overhead. The early sunlight poured through the windows, turning dust particles into floating gold. Mark handed me a light pair of dumbbells. "Today isn't about strength," he said. "It's about listening to your body." I nodded nervously. We started with simple movements, shoulder rotations, light squats, slow resistance exercises. The weights felt ridiculously small compared to what everyone else was lifting. But after the 3rd set, my arms were already shaking. "Good," Mark said calmly. "Good?" I laughed breathlessly. "I'm dying." "That means your muscles are waking up." He watched my form carefully. "Keep your shoulders relaxed. Core tight. Breathe." His instructions were calm and patient. Not once did he rush me. And strangely, that made me try harder. By the end of the session, sweat clung to the back of my neck, and my legs felt like soft rubber. But something else was there too. Pride. Real pride. "You did well today," Mark said as I wiped my forehead with a towel. "Really? Most people quit halfway through recovery training." "I'm not most people." He smiled slightly. "No," he said. "You're not." The sessions became a routine. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every time I walked into the gym, the same sounds greeted me. The same smell of rubber mats and metal plates. The same sunlight reflecting across rows of machines. And slowly, my body began changing. My balance improved. My breathing steadied. The trembling in my hands disappeared. One morning, halfway through a workout, I realized something surprising. I wasn't scared of my body anymore. Mark noticed my progress too. "You added 5 pounds to that lift," he said one day. "Did I?" "You did. That's kind of amazing." He nodded approvingly. "Strength comes back faster than people think." "Not fast enough for me." He laughed softly. "Patience, Joanne. Sometimes we talked during rest periods. Nothing deep. Music, movies, the city. Small conversations that made the gym feel less intimidating. And little by little, I started trusting him. Not just as a trainer, but as someone guiding me through something fragile, my recovery. One evening, after finishing a workout, I stood in front of the mirror near the free weight area. For months, I had avoided mirrors. Hospitals make you look weak, fragile. But now, my posture was straighter, my shoulders stronger, my eyes clearer. Mark walked past and noticed me staring. "See something new?" he asked. I nodded slowly. "Yeah." "What?" I smiled faintly. "Me." He leaned against a nearby rack of weights. "Give it a few more months," he said. "You'll surprise yourself." At the time, his words felt like encouragement, like hope, like the beginning of something positive. And standing there in that bright, energetic gym, with sunlight pouring through the windows and the rhythmic clink of weights echoing in the background, I believed him completely. I had no reason not to. Not yet. Strength returns quietly. It doesn't arrive with fireworks or dramatic transformation. It creeps back into your life in small ways. One morning, you realize the stairs to your apartment no longer leave you breathless. Another day, you carry grocery bags without stopping halfway up the street. For me, it started inside the gym. The weights that once felt impossibly heavy began to feel manageable. My balance improved. My muscles responded faster. Even my reflection in the mirror looked steadier. 3 months had passed since I joined Apex. The gym had become part of my routine, almost like a second home. The sounds that once intimidated me, the sharp clang of metal plates, the low hum of treadmills, now felt familiar, even comforting. And Mark was still guiding every step of my recovery. At least that's what I believed. One Wednesday morning, we were working on the leg press machine. It was one of the larger machines positioned near the back wall of the gym, surrounded by mirrors and racks of weight plates. Sunlight spilled through the tall windows nearby, warming the black rubber floor beneath the equipment. "Okay," Mark said, adjusting the weight stack. "Today we increase resistance slightly." "How slightly?" I asked. 5 pounds. I laughed. "You trainers love your tiny victories." "They're still victories." I sat down on the machine and positioned my feet on the platform. My legs already felt warm from the earlier warm-up sets. "Remember," Mark said, standing beside the machine. "Slow control on the way down." I nodded and pushed the platform forward. The movement felt solid. My legs strained slightly, but it was the good kind of strain, the kind that meant progress. As the platform returned toward me, Mark stepped closer. "Careful with your knee angle," he said. Then his hands touched my thigh. At first, I didn't think much of it. Trainers touch clients sometimes, to adjust posture or correct alignment. I had seen it happen all over the gym, but his hands didn't move immediately. They stayed there, right above my knee, then slowly slid higher along my leg. "Right here," he said calmly, pressing lightly near my upper thigh. "That's where the tension should stay." I nodded, though something inside me tightened. The contact lasted only a few seconds before he stepped back again. Nothing dramatic, nothing obviously wrong. Still, a strange feeling lingered. But I ignored it. Maybe I was just being sensitive. Over the next few sessions, small moments like that began to happen more often. Always subtle, always explainable, but never entirely comfortable. One afternoon we were doing chest presses with dumbbells. I lay back on the flat bench while Mark stood behind my head, spotting the lift. The gym was busier than usual. Machines humming, music echoing through the speakers, conversations blending into the background. I lifted the weight slowly, down, then up again. "Good," Mark said. "Control it." As my arms lowered again, I felt his hands lightly touch my elbows. "Keep them aligned." His grip tightened slightly. Too tight. Then his hands moved closer toward my chest as if guiding the movement. But they didn't stop where they should have. They lingered. Just slightly. Long enough for me to notice. Long enough for my stomach to tighten. I pushed the weights upward again and sat up quickly. "Good set," he said. I forced a smile. "Thanks." My heartbeat felt a little faster than normal. But again, nothing had technically happened. Trainers adjusted posture all the time. Maybe I was just imagining things. Maybe the human brain is very good at explaining away discomfort, especially when trust is involved. And I trusted Mark. He had helped rebuild my strength from nothing. He had been patient when my body struggled, encouraging when I doubted myself. So when those small, uncomfortable moments appeared, my mind rushed to protect him. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe that's just how trainers correct form. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. After all, the gym environment involved a lot of physical guidance. I had seen trainers adjust people's shoulders, hips, even legs, so I tried not to think about it. I focused on my progress instead, but the feeling didn't disappear. It stayed in the background. Like a faint alarm you can't quite hear clearly. Then the texts started. At first, they seemed completely normal. The first message came one evening around 8 p.m. Mark. "Hey, Joanne. Just checking. Did you remember to add protein to dinner tonight? Recovery days need fuel." I smiled when I read it. It felt professional, supportive. I replied. "Me. Yes, chef. Chicken and rice." Mark. "Good. Proud of you. Simple. Harmless." But the messages kept coming. 2 nights later. Mark. "How's the soreness today?" Then another. Mark. "Don't forget to stretch before bed." At first I appreciated the attention. It made the program feel personalized. But over time the messages became longer, more casual. One night at almost midnight my phone buzzed again. I was already in bed, scrolling mindlessly through social media when his name appeared on the screen. Mark. Random question. "Were you always this determined? Or did the illness make you tougher?" I stared at the message for a moment. It felt personal, but not inappropriate, just unexpected. I typed back slowly. "Me. Probably both." 3 dots appeared instantly. Mark. "Makes sense. Most people would have given up." Then another message followed. Mark. "You're different." I felt a strange warmth reading it. Encouragement always feels good, especially after surviving something difficult. Still, something about the timing bothered me. Why was my trainer texting me personal compliments at midnight? Again, my brain rushed to soften the thought. He probably just works late. Trainers have weird schedules. It's not a big deal. So I put the phone down and turned off the light. Over the following weeks, the pattern continued. Gym sessions remained productive. My strength improved steadily. Mark still encouraged me, corrected my posture, pushed me just enough to keep progressing. But the small moments of discomfort increased. During stretches, his hands sometimes rested longer than necessary. When guiding my hips during squats, his fingers pressed a little too firmly. Once, while adjusting my shoulder alignment, his hand brushed across my back and stayed there longer than needed. Each time it happened, I felt that same quiet tension. And each time I told myself the same thing. He's just helping. He's the head trainer. He knows what he's doing. Gaslighting yourself is strangely easy when you want to believe the best in someone, especially someone who helped you stand back on your feet. One evening after a session, I sat in the locker room tying my shoes. The room smelled faintly of shampoo and clean towels. Lockers clicked open and shut around me as other women changed and left. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Mark. Mark, you looked stronger today. I smiled faintly. Then the second message appeared. Mark, honestly, I'm impressed. I typed back quickly. Me. Thanks. Couldn't do it without your program. The typing bubble appeared again. Then stopped. Then appeared again. Finally, a new message came through. Mark, not just the program. You. I stared at the screen. Something about the message made the air in the locker room feel heavier. Not clearly wrong. Not clearly right either. Just different. I locked my phone and slid it into my bag. Outside the locker room, the gym lights still glowed bright. Machines hummed. Music pulsed softly through the speakers. Everything looked normal. Everything sounded normal. But deep inside my chest, that faint alarm had grown slightly louder. Still quiet. Still easy to ignore. But no longer invisible. And for the first time since joining Apex Fitness, I started wondering if the person helping rebuild my strength might also be the person slowly stepping across a line. I couldn't quite see yet. Evening workouts always felt different. The energy of the gym shifted after sunset. The bright rush of morning crowds disappeared, replaced by a quieter, slower rhythm. Machines still hummed, weights still clanged, but the noise echoed more in the open space. That night, Apex Fitness felt almost calm. Too calm. I arrived around 7:30 p.m., later than usual. Work had run long, and by the time I pushed through the glass entrance doors, the sky outside had already turned a deep navy blue. The gym lights glowed white against the dark windows. The receptionist waved. Evening, Joanne. Hey. The gym floor looked emptier than normal. A few people remained near the cardio section. 2 men lifted weights near the squat racks, but most of the machines were quiet. Mark stood near the cable station, adjusting a stack of plates. He looked up as I approached. There you are, he said. Sorry I'm late, I replied. Traffic was terrible. It's fine. He glanced around the room. Actually, tonight might work better this way. What do you mean? He wiped his hands on a small towel and smiled. I was thinking we could try something new. Uh-oh, I laughed. That sounds dangerous. Not dangerous, he said. Just intense. He nodded toward the quieter end of the gym. High-intensity recovery session. I raised an eyebrow. At 7:30 at night? Less distractions, he said calmly. You've made huge progress lately. I want to push your limits a little. His tone sounded professional. Encouraging. The same tone he'd used for months. So I nodded. Okay, I said. Let's do it. The workout started normally. Warm-ups. Mobility exercises. Light cardio. But soon Mark increased the pace. Jump squats, he said. I groaned. You're trying to kill me. 10 reps. I pushed through them. Then came resistance bands. Plank holds. Step lunges. My heart pounded faster with every set. Sweat dripped down my back, soaking the collar of my shirt. Mark watched closely, timing each interval on his phone. 30 seconds, he said. You've got this. My legs burned. My lungs burned. But something inside me pushed forward. 3 months ago, I could barely hold a plank for 15 seconds. Now I was shaking through 45. Finally, after nearly an hour, Mark clapped his hands once. That's enough. I collapsed onto a nearby bench, breathing hard. Oh my God, I muttered. Congratulations, he said. For what? You just completed your hardest session yet. I laughed weakly. I think I'm dying. No, he replied. You're evolving. The gym floor around us had grown even quieter. The 2 men from earlier had already left. The cardio section stood empty. Only the faint hum of air vents filled the space. Mark glanced at the wall clock. 8:55 p.m. "They'll close in about half an hour," he said. "That's perfect timing." I grabbed my water bottle and took a long drink. "I'm definitely going to feel this tomorrow." "Good." He gestured toward the locker rooms. "Go change. I'll finish logging your progress." I nodded. "See you in a few minutes." The hallway leading to the locker rooms was quieter than the gym floor. Fluorescent lights buzzed softly overhead. My footsteps echoed against the tiled floor as I walked toward the women's dressing area. For some reason, the hallway felt colder than usual. Maybe it was the air conditioning. Maybe it was the emptiness. I pushed open the door to the women's locker room. Inside, the room was completely silent. Rows of gray lockers lined the walls. A long mirror stretched across the sink counter. The smell of soap and fresh towels lingered faintly in the air. No one else was there. I exhaled slowly. Good. After a hard workout, all I wanted was a quick shower and dry clothes. I dropped my gym bag onto a wooden bench and pulled off my sweat-soaked shirt. My muscles ached pleasantly from the session. For a moment, I looked at myself in the mirror. 3 months earlier, my shoulders had been thin and fragile. Now they looked stronger. Healthier, recovery had transformed more than my body. It had rebuilt parts of my confidence that illness had stolen, or so I thought. I turned toward my locker when I heard the door behind me open. My stomach tightened. I turned slowly. Mark stood in the doorway. For a second, my brain struggled to process what I was seeing. "Mark?" I said. He stepped inside casually. "Oh, sorry," he said. I thought this area connected to the staff hallway. The door closed behind him. Something about the sound made the room feel smaller. The men's locker room is on the other side," I said. He nodded. "Right." But he didn't leave. Instead, he walked further into the room. The fluorescent lights hummed louder in the silence. My heart started beating faster. "Mark?" I said again. His expression had changed. The calm professionalism I was used to wasn't there anymore. His smile looked different now. Thinner, sharper. "You've made incredible progress, Joanne," he said quietly. The tone of his voice felt wrong. Not encouraging, not friendly. Something darker lingered underneath it. I grabbed my towel from the bench. "I should finish changing," I said. "You can tell me whatever you needed tomorrow." He stepped closer. "Relax." My chest tightened. The air suddenly felt heavy. "I am relaxed," I said quickly. "Just surprised to see you here." He stopped only a few feet away. Too close. "You trust me, don't you?" he asked. The question felt strange. "Of course," I said slowly. "You're my trainer." He nodded thoughtfully. "Yes." Then he reached behind him, and the door clicked. Locked. The sound echoed like a gunshot inside my head. My pulse exploded. "Why did you lock the door?" I asked. He didn't answer immediately. Instead, his eyes moved slowly across the room. Then back to me. "You've always been strong," he said quietly. "Even when you didn't think you were." Something cold crawled through my chest. "Mark," I said, forcing calm into my voice. "This isn't funny." He took another step forward. The distance between us disappeared. I stepped backward instinctively. My legs bumped against the wooden bench. "Mark," I said again, louder now. "Stop." But he didn't. His presence filled the room like a shadow swallowing light. The friendly trainer who had guided my recovery was gone. In his place stood someone else. Someone calculating. Someone who knew exactly how much stronger he was than me. "You know," he said softly, "most people would never have survived what you did." My throat tightened. "What are you doing?" His hand reached out suddenly, grabbing my wrist. The grip was strong. Too strong. Panic surged through my body like electricity. "Let go of me," I said. My voice shook. He didn't. Instead, he leaned closer. "I've helped you rebuild everything," he whispered. "You owe me some trust." Fear flooded my chest. This wasn't the man I had trusted. This wasn't the professional trainer who had encouraged every step of my recovery. This was something else. Something predatory. Something patient. The realization hit me like a punch. Every late-night message, every lingering touch, every strange moment I had tried to explain away. They weren't accidents. They were steps. Steps that had led here, to an empty gym, to a locked door. My heart pounded violently. "Mark," I said again louder. "Let me go." His grip tightened slightly. "You're safe," he said calmly. The words felt like poison. "Stop saying that," I snapped. He looked almost amused. "You're overreacting." Gaslighting. Even now. Even here. The room suddenly felt suffocating. The fluorescent lights buzzed louder in my ears. My breathing turned shallow and fast. But beneath the panic, something else started rising. Anger. Real burning anger. I had fought too hard to rebuild my life. Too hard to let someone take it away. My free hand shot forward. I shoved him hard. For a moment, it worked. He stumbled backward a step, surprised. I didn't hesitate. I ran. My hand reached for the door handle. Locked. My fingers fumbled desperately with the latch. Behind me, Mark recovered quickly. His footsteps rushed forward. "Joanne," he said sharply. I twisted the lock with shaking hands. For one terrifying second, it stuck. Then, click. The door opened. I shoved it wide and ran into the hallway. My heartbeat roared in my ears. Footsteps followed behind me. But I didn't stop. I ran past the reception desk, past the rows of machines, straight toward the front doors of the gym. The receptionist looked up in confusion. "Joanne?" I burst outside into the cool night air. The city lights blurred around me as I ran across the sidewalk. Only when I reached the parking lot did I stop. My chest heaved violently. My hands trembled so badly I could barely hold my phone. Inside the gym, the bright lights still glowed behind the glass walls. Everything looked normal, calm, professional, but I knew the truth now. The man who helped rebuild my strength had almost used it against me, and standing there under the cold night sky, shaking and breathless, one terrifying realization settled deep inside my mind. I had escaped. But the story wasn't over yet. For a long time after I ran out of Apex Fitness that night, I couldn't breathe properly. My lungs worked, technically. Air moved in and out, but it felt shallow, like my body had forgotten how to fully inhale. I stood in the parking lot under the harsh white lights, shaking so badly my knees threatened to collapse. Cars passed on the street beyond the lot, headlights sliding across the pavement like indifferent ghosts. Inside the gym, everything still looked normal. Through the glass windows, I could see the reception desk, the treadmills, the mirrors reflecting empty rows of machines. It looked like the same safe place I had trusted for 3 months, but my body knew better. My hands trembled as I gripped my phone. Part of me wanted to get in my car and drive home, lock my door, pretend none of this had happened. That instinct, the instinct to run away and disappear, is powerful after something terrifying. But another voice inside my head was louder, the same voice that had pushed me through months of illness, the same voice that forced me to rebuild my strength when my body had almost given up. No, he didn't get to walk away from this, not after what he tried to do. Not after what he might try with someone else. I turned around, and I walked back toward the gym doors. The receptionist looked confused when I entered again. "Joanne, are you okay? You ran out." "I need you to lock the front doors," I said quickly. My voice was still shaking, but the urgency in it must have been obvious. Her expression changed instantly. "Why?" "Just do it." She hesitated for only a second before reaching under the desk and pressing a button. The entrance doors clicked shut behind me. "Now tell me what's going on," she said. My throat tightened. Mark followed me into the women's locker room. Her face drained of color. "What?" He locked the door. The silence that followed felt heavy. "Call the police," I said. Her hands moved instantly to the phone. As she dialed, I glanced toward the gym floor. Mark stood near the weight racks. He had come out of the hallway at some point. From this distance, he looked calm, composed, like nothing unusual had happened. But when his eyes met mine across the room, I saw something dark flash through them, something angry. For the first time since escaping that locker room, real fear returned. Because I suddenly realized something terrifying. He hadn't been arrested yet, and the gym was still nearly empty. Mark started walking toward us. Slowly, deliberately. "Joanne," he said calmly as he approached the desk. "What's going on?" The receptionist stiffened beside me. "I already called the police," she said firmly. His eyes flicked toward her phone, then back to me. For a moment, his expression looked almost amused. "You misunderstood something," he said. "No," I replied. "I didn't." He took another step closer. "You're upset," he continued, his voice smooth. "You just finished a hard workout. Emotions run high, gaslighting, even now. But something inside me had changed since that locker room. Before I doubted myself. Now I didn't. You locked the door. I said. You grabbed me. His jaw tightened slightly. That's not what happened. I didn't respond, because arguing with someone like him wasn't the point anymore. The point was surviving, and making sure he couldn't do this again. The receptionist moved slightly in front of the desk. You need to step back, she said. For the first time, Mark's calm expression cracked. Stay out of this, he snapped. His voice was louder now, sharper, predatory, and suddenly, the quiet Jim felt dangerous again. But this time, I wasn't the weak person he thought I was. 3 months earlier, my body would have collapsed under pressure. Now I had something different. Strength, real strength. Mark took another step toward me. Instinct kicked in. Behind him stood a rack of medicine balls, heavy, rubber spheres used for strength training. Without thinking, I moved. I grabbed one. 10 pounds, not enormous, but heavy enough. Mark's eyes widened slightly. Joanne, I didn't wait. I hurled the medicine ball straight at his chest. It slammed into him with a dull thud, knocking him backward into the rack behind him. The impact wasn't enough to seriously hurt him, but it created distance. Distance was all I needed. Stay back, I shouted. My voice echoed across the empty gym floor. Mark stumbled, surprised more than injured. For the first time since this nightmare started, he looked uncertain. And that moment of hesitation changed everything. Because seconds later, blue lights flashed outside the gym windows. Police. The front doors opened. 2 officers stepped inside. Sir, one of them said immediately, noticing the tension in the room. What's going on here? I felt my knees weaken with relief. He assaulted me, I said. Mark started speaking quickly. That's not true. She's exaggerating. Sir, the officer interrupted firmly. Put your hands where I can see them. For the first time all night, Mark looked nervous. Real nervous. The second officer approached him. Turn around. Handcuffs clicked. The sound was sharp. Final. And just like that, the monster who had hidden behind a friendly smile lost his power. The investigation took weeks. CCTV footage from the gym corridors confirmed he had followed me into the locker room area. Phone records revealed his late-night messages. Even worse, another woman from the gym came forward after hearing what happened. She had experienced similar, uncomfortable training sessions with him months earlier. But she had never reported it. The case grew quickly after that, and eventually Mark was arrested and charged, the night I received the confirmation call from the detective. I sat quietly in my apartment for a long time. The city lights shimmered outside my window. My hands rested calmly in my lap. 3 months earlier, I had entered a gym hoping to rebuild my strength. I didn't know that strength would be tested in ways I never expected. But I survived. And survival means something important. It means using your voice. Today I talk openly about what happened, not because I enjoy remembering it, but because awareness matters, especially in environments like gyms, where trainers and clients work closely together. There are red flags people should know. The 2-finger rule is one of them. Professional trainers are taught to maintain minimal contact when spotting exercises. When guiding someone's movement, the correction should be light, often no more than 2 fingers touching the muscle being adjusted. Anything more prolonged or invasive should raise questions. Another important safety measure is
few coverage in corridors and common areas.
Locker rooms themselves should remain private, but hallways leading to them should always be monitored. It protects everyone. Most trainers are professionals who care deeply about helping people grow, stronger and healthier. But predators exist in every industry, and recognizing warning signs early can protect someone from a dangerous situation. I still train today, just not at Apex Fitness. My new gym is smaller, quieter, but every time I lift a weight or finish a workout, I feel something powerful. Not fear, not anger, something better. Control, because strength isn't just about muscles. It's about knowing your worth, trusting your instincts, and refusing to stay silent when someone crosses the line. My name is Joanne. I survived. And if my story helps even one person recognize the red flags before it's too late, then every word of it matters.